Hi guys, I'm Zach.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're here with Kennedy Violins today to talk to you about finger tapes and finger guides and why you may want to use them if you're starting out on violin. We do have some different options we're going to go over, but first let's talk about why you might want to use finger tapes.
So I highly recommend, if you're just starting on the violin with using finger tapes, mainly because it helps kind of promote that nice left hand posture and it shows you exactly where to put your fingers. Now, if you're somebody who really doesn't want to start having to visually rely on the colored finger tapes, we do have this nice black tape that blends really nicely into the ebony, so at least you can kind of feel that there's something there without having to actually look every single time.
Yeah, I agree. It really does help provide muscle memory a little quicker.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first couple things I want to go over are actually the finger guides. So we sell a couple different options for these. So the first one I'll show you, it's pretty well known already. It's the Don't Fret guides. These are actually stickers that go on your fingerboard, and they can be just a touch tricky to install at first. You do have to kind of like peel back a little bit. They have instructions and you'll slide them up under your strings. But the nice thing about these is they're already measured out for you. They do stick down and adhere to the fingerboard, so you'll see that they will cover a length of the board here and give you some of the higher positions on the violin. There's also the first frets, which only go up to, I think, the blue tapes on this, so it just kind of covers first position. But these kind of go into some of the higher positions and give you a little bit of a kind of, beginning point of where to put your fingers. The next one I want to go over was actually invented by a local orchestra teacher here, and these are the Fantastic Finger Guides. The thing that I really liked about the Fantastic Finger Guides is, first of all, Mr. Weston did a lot of research to put these together, and so he really worked hard to get a adhesive material which doesn't stay on the instrument, so they come off a little cleaner than I think the Don't Frets do, but they also have some really cool things where they not only show you where to put your fingers for the positions, but they actually have note names on them, with the idea, as you can see over here from the flat and the sharp sign, that if it's above you're going to G sharp, if it was below you'd be G flat. So that's a really cool thing that's set up. And these are just meant to cover the first position. They're kind of first beginning players, but they'll show you kind of which notes you're playing, just so you can match that with what you're doing in your book. They're really great, I think, for beginning players that maybe aren't studying with a teacher or can only see a teacher here or there. They really help someone who's more of a do-it-yourselfer learn on their own.
So the next tape that we have here is actually kind of one of my personal favorites. It's just these little tape rolls here. So finger taping guide, and there's usually a pack of 3 colors in here. But like I said before, there's also the black finger tape. So how I usually put these on for students is I will make sure, kind of pluck the note that I want. So the first finger tape that you want to have taped is E. And it's really important to use a tuner while doing this, just to make sure that you're in tune, and then also making sure that the violin is in tune itself. So once I have that note, I kind of just mark it with the pencil so that I don't lose that. And then I take a tape, any tape, and then I'm going to slide it underneath the strings and then tape it where I've marked it. And that's really important too, to make sure that it's straight, so it's not looking like that. Nice and straight, so that it's consistent through with each string. And just tape it, secure it, voila. So the 4 tapes that I usually do is, so I do E for the first finger, F sharp for second finger, G for third finger, and then fourth finger, A if we're on the D string. It's the same finger pattern for each string. So that's kind of like the first finger pattern that I kind of teach, is that setup there.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes people will only start with 3. Most people will start with all 4 though. But it's a really great way to get started. So we might want to talk a little bit about why different people might want each one. And yeah, I think for most players they're probably going to start with the finger tapes, just standard. Most of them will have a teacher that will help them install them, but if not, you can install them as Lauren pointed out. And then the other ones, they are a little bit more kind of for someone who's going to keep them on I think for a little longer period of time, or who's going to want some extra help learning like the actual notes. The one thing I will say is all of them are going to leave a little bit of residue. So after you do take them off, it's really important to just kind of wipe your violin down, maybe use a little bit of cleaner and polish to help remove any of the adhesive material, knowing that, of course, since the don't fret is the largest sticker, that it's going to have the most adhesive material left over on your instrument. And the other thing I wanted to just mention is that if this is a violin you're ordering from us, we actually are happy to install any of these on your instrument as part of your order. We will actually install them, so it will come taped, or it will come with a fantastic finger guide or a don't fret, and that way you don't really have to worry about it. Okay, so if you have any questions about finger tapes or which one might be right for you, you can go ahead and give us a call. We also, if you kind of need a little extra help installing them, sometimes we can help with that. I think it's just really important to make sure your instrument's in tune. But they each kind of will serve a different purpose for a different player. So if you have questions, go ahead and give us a call. We'll be happy to help. Thanks.